Alright, I think this is the last day. This is the last warm day I'm gonna have of 2022. So I prioritize the headlights. Um, we got a high 50 here in the Central Virginia area tomorrow, so things are gonna get sporadic. It's definitely not gonna be videos every 2 weeks again, and a lost light. It'll be nighttime and cold, which are two things I don't necessarily do at the same time. I don't mind working in the night, but the cold is bleh. But headlights. You got your OEM and you got your aftermarket. Let's check out the differences. Just by observation. One of the main things that stick out is this here. For most people it's not a problem at all, but I am anal, for lack of the best term, or OCD. I don't like the way that fits, but if these aftermarkets, they do function to a degree, and we'll get into that as well. But this fit, in comparison to the OEM fit, is completely different. This was made for that car. I mean, I can do with a couple millimeters of space. But in addition to the fit, the amber turn signal. You don't get amber turn signals in the aftermarkets. For whatever reason, I don't know why. I guess they're going for that Euro look. But I'm in America, and that's amber. I like that a little better. But then another main thing, what is that right there? That's the adjusting mechanism in the back of the light. On the aftermarket, if you continue to screw that, to adjust it, to adjust your headlight, your high beam, that goes right through. And I guess it's to be expected. These are the lowest. These are the lowest ones on eBay. If you go on eBay and search 2004, 2008 Acura TSX headlight assembly and organize your search from lowest to highest, these are the very lowest. But it pops out. The screw just completely pops out. So you have to know how much you're turning and how much you're not turning to prevent that from happening. Versus nothing of the sort over here, because you can turn it and it knows not to go through the entire light assembly. Yep. But the only thing that we have with the OEM is the hazing. It's not a bad headlight at all. It's just it can be tedious to haze it. And this one is just completely different. And I don't want to have the aftermarket on with the OEM. I'm gonna keep both of them and just have them for backups. So let's dive in. But on a sidebar, if you ever get to the point in your car where you develop a gap, this is fine. But if you develop a gap like that, I'm gonna try to troubleshoot that as well. I think I got something up my sleeve. So that's a sub point in this entire video. It's supposed, granted, that's not original equipment light. It's supposed to fit like this. So we're gonna work that out as well. So how do you remove a bumper? Clips. Clips is the name of the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Supposed to be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Take all those out first. Well, how you take them out? If you have a plastic screwdriver, that'd be ideal. But you get that up, lift this head up. Get something in there like that. Lift the head up. Like that. And pull it out. Do that for all of them. So you got your clips out. Understand that your grill piece, this is separate from your bumper and this top part. So it should be 1 piece, 2 piece, 3 piece. It's going to be clipped. It's going to be connected to the bumper, but they're clips. I think here, 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 and here on the back side that you pop out just like these, and this should come off independently. And this trim part right here is this is independent as well. It should come off with the grill when you take it off. But if you were doing further detail, you can pull this off, you can pull this off, and you can take this out. But you gotta flex this through here. I need 2 hands. So I'll pull that off after I got the clips out. And how do we get to the bumper? First thing is you're gonna need to get on the ground with a Phillips. And where is it at? It is up in here. So this is where your bumper meets your fender. It is a Phillips head screwdriver in here that you're going to unscrew. Good. Up. That is big. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Well, let me just show you. So, it's another one in this hole. I am going to. It is a gorgeous day, might I add. And I'll pull it out. Voila. Alright, so you got those 2 screws out here and the other side. Now we go to the bottom. You have clips, more clips. So this would have been attached to your splash guard, your wheel well splash guard, but mine it's so old it broke off. So there's no point in me even touching it. But I'm gonna clean out all the leaves that there is. Let me get the Phillips. I'm sorry, let me get the flathead. So you got these under the car. You got 1, could have been 2, 3, 4, and 5 way that there, but I'll show you those the closer I get to them. Just like the top ones, you get your Phillips in there and twist it down, twist the head out, and pull it out with your hand. And that's 4 right there, and 5. So we'll get closer down to 5, and there's 5. Yeah. Just like that. Alright, so your bumper is on by these, I'll show you, but it's fastened to your car. But it's not completely secure. At this point, you're taking it off with your hand and a little elbow grease. So there has some attachment areas in here that you're just gonna pull from this side. As you hear it. Oh, see? It's coming on out. See? So all that flushes in. Got connections here. And then you just run it on around. See? All that comes off. Again, this is This is one secure piece, but if it's on there tight enough, it should come out with your bumper. So this side is unfastened. And then we're gonna do this side. Just take it, squeeze your fingers up in there and just pull it out. And that's it. Our bumper is technically off. I'm gonna use 2 hands to pull it off. So let me just grab it with one. Grab it from the, no, that's the, whoops. I don't want to grab it by, I don't want to grab it here. I want my grill to stay on. I don't feel like going through that again. But that's it. Let me set it up, hold on. So that's what it looks like. And that's how you take your bumper off. Yep. But this is all your interior stuff. See, this is where, this is just old. I need to get some new of these, new ones of these. This is where that big bolt that we were seeing needs to attach. Yeah, but I also have an access point here. This is your windshield wiper fluid, your condenser, your intake here. And that's it, we're getting at the headlights. So your headlights are attached on by one 10mm, a screw, another 10mm, and there's another one there. So that's where your extension comes in at. So just set it up with an extension beforehand. You got 1, you got 2, I got 3, and then you got your Phillips. Take that out too, don't forget that. Now after you get all those unfastened, this is the point where you're able to move your light out. Just like that, see? It comes right on out, it slipped out. But be mindful that you got all your light bulbs still connected. So don't pull that thing out too hard. Just pull it out enough so you can get your hand back there and disconnect all the lights. See? Just leaning like that. I gotta get that one, and I gotta pull it, unhook the ballast. I'll show you when I get it all off. And these are the contents of your car. Oh, your car headlight. That's the ballast on the bottom. It's everything on top. That's it. Well, I'm sure you all know what this looks like. But look, these clips right here, Acura did a recall on this model. Because these lights were so jacked up, the design was flawed. The butyl tape, I guess, comes unlatched sometimes, which is why, you might randomly get some fogged up headlights. These clips help keep that from happening. When they did the recall, they initially put 2 up here, but me being me, I ordered some more and put like 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I even got some on the bottom somewhere just to prevent it altogether. But that's why those clips are there for. They're important. Don't throw them away, don't disregard them. It's the same thing on this side. You got 1, pop that up, 2, 3, and your, where is it? There it is, your 4th. But this is what I think is crooked. One or 2 things on my car, which is why I had that gap in between the light. We're gonna change this off on the newer ones. As you see, it doesn't look, it looks kind of crooked as it is. So I'm gonna pull this out and put another one on. Oh, look at my girl. No. And look, couple things. These lights are OEM. I got these off of eBay. There's this guy. I'll link his information on the page now, and I'll put his stuff in the description. He refurbishes original lights for cars. And his description of the process is just definitely sold me on it. I paid $259, I think roughly $300 for these after shipping and tax. As far as I'm concerned, that's well worth it. To get the OEM light back in the TSX with the procedure, the clear coat, the buffing, just the work he put into it. I was sold. I didn't want to roll the dice on any Euros or any aftermarkets. Just like the axles, for some odd reason, nobody has the technology for the headlight down as good as Acura or Honda does themselves. So I've been I've been through that process. I don't want to go through it again. So, well, I'm gonna show you in another video. Never mind. At this point, we're just going to install these because I have everything that I need. I'm just going to take this and put the clips on. I'll show you the lights on an additional video how to install those independently. But before you install them, make sure you got your ballast on the bottom. Let me show you where it's at. If this is the front of the headlight, it's on the bottom. So once you take those out, take that out. It's held on by 3 screws. 1, 2, 3. Put that back on. And you pluck your headlights out. And this is now upside down. So you're going to put this, that's your side marker. That's your low beam. That's your signal. And that's your high beam. And before you do anything, make sure you connect everything and check your work. It's alive. All right, so we're going back in. Additionally, what I told you before, actually what I told you before, I'm gonna make sure these clips are on here. I'm gonna put a few more on here. But there's a notch on the right-hand side of your light. Same thing on the other side. Make sure that that little notch right here goes into that hole. This is notch here. Yeah, you'll see it when you get on the light. There it is. Goes into this hole there. And look, that fit, that is just filthy flesh. That is awesome. Once you got it in with your hand, just go ahead and start one of these bolts and it'll lock it in. Whoops, almost forgot. We're coming back out. Hold up. I forgot about the bumper embracement bar. Thank you, Jingy. Those bottom pieces on those over there. And you're first taking out the bolt at the bottom. And you're putting on one bolt. That's it. And I'll show you how to put that on. So now we're fastening all our fasteners and putting this light back in. So this bar, you put your headlight back in, and 1 notch, 2 notch, and a hole. Everything goes above this. It's a plate. Let me show it to you on the other side. Everything goes above that hole. So you got your actual headlight goes up over top of this hole, and the bumper piece goes on top of this hole. And that's where you come in and you fasten everything down with that bolt. And that's what we're doing here. Right? Cool. Need 2 hands. Alright, that's on now. And it looks straight. Let's check our work again. Alright, let's do the other one. Same thing with the passenger side. Put your bracket back on. Make sure it's, geez Louise. Make sure it's lined up down here and stuff it in there. And one more time, these are your light connections. 1, 2, that's your high beam, turn signal. Your ballast for your low beam is at the bottom down here, and you got your side marker. All they are is clips, just like any other light, any other fastener on this car. And look, when you're putting that bottom bolt on, that's how far that extension is in there. Alright, so you're gonna need at least 7-8 inches of an extension to get that bottom bolt in that hole. See? So now we're back at putting the bumper back on. You're gonna come in, well, square this up with your car. Try to get the sides in first. Alright? You're gonna take that side and try to flush it in between here. Alright? See, that's clipped. That'll grab onto it. Same thing for the other side too. So you're gonna come with your hands, one hand here, holding your bumper, and you're gonna try to put it in the middle first. Alright, try to line it up as best you can. These holes on the top grill. And then watch for the side while you do it. It'll fall right in. And then you clip it on through. I'll push that with 2 hands. So as best as you can see it, we got all that clipped in. And now we're putting our screws back in and our clips. Then you put your accent piece back in, and you come in and you get your clips in. And then you go to the screws on the fender. So you got your clips at your top, screw right here in the well, and then you got your clips at the bottom. But this looks a little better. It's not what I wanted to. I got to go back in there and figure out what's causing this gap. But that's how you take your bumper off and put it back on. That's how you take out your old headlights and put in some new ones. Questions, concerns, leave them in the comment section. Like and subscribe. Next time will be a couple, probably a month. It's supposed to be a high 50 and a low 30s. Winter is here, well, fall is here. Global warming might give me another day sometime deep in December that it'll be above 55. Until then, I'm hibernating.